saying, but you don't do political work of any kind?
I don't have any political projects.
Well, I don't know. We could just do bass for a little while. Uh-oh, there comes Sylvia. This is Sylvia Cuenca on drums. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a guitar. Oh, there is. All right, Freddie Bryant is here, play guitar. And yeah, so that's what we're going to start you out with. All right, thank you all for being here. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Yeah. Good? Good.
start out with a trio song. This one is, I don't really need this, but it's called Denisio, and it's dedicated to a great bass player named Dennis Irwin, who started blessing me with his playing and support when I was about 18 years old. I think he was in his 40s, but he always seemed like he was in his 40s to an 18-year-old. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this. And he was a big Brazil nut, besides playing a lot of straight-ahead jazz. So this is a samba. there's somebody who knows him a little bit better.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna let this person introduce the next, the artist you're here to hear. And
I'll sit on his stool. I'd like to introduce Allan Harris.
Oh, Mike on the left.
He's here on tour. Prior to releasing his next CD, which will be out on July 11th, it's called The Poetry of Jazz. And tonight he's here with this fabulous trio to bring that music and those stories and the poetry to this beautiful bookstore. So please put your hands together to welcome Allan Harris.
Hello, everybody. Hello, guys. Hello to you. Hello, everyone. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines by chance, or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines the time thou growest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long as this and this gives life to thee. Was it in Tahiti? Were we on the Nile? Long, long ago, say an hour or so, I recall that I saw your smile. I remember you. You're the one who made my dream come true. A few kisses ago, I remember you. You're the one who said, I love you too. I do. Didn't you know? I remember too a distant bell and stars that fell like a rain out of the blue. When my life is through, and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of them all, I'll simply have it. I remember you. When my life is through and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of them all, I'll simply tell them I remember. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end no dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by crying how bright their frail deeds might have died in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wise men, who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late, they've grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men, near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes that could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Thomas. Love is like an ever-ending melody. Poets have compared it to a symphony. Symphony conducted by the lighting of the moon. But a song of love is slightly out of tune. Once your kisses raise me to a fever pitch. Now the orchestration doesn't seem so rich. Seems to me you've changed the tune we used to sing, like a bossa nova love should swing. We used to harmonize two souls in perfect time. Now the song is different and the words don't even rhyme. 'Cause you forgot the melody our heart would always croon. And so what good's a heart that's slightly out of tune? Tune your heart to life the way it needs to be. Join with me in harmony and sing a song of loving. We're bound to get in tune again before we're too long. And there'll be no disappointment at all. So your heart belongs to me completely. Won't be slightly out of tune. You'll sing along with me. again the way it used to be. Join with me, harmony, and sing a song of love, being bound to get in tune again before too long. If there be no separado, when your heart belongs to me completely, won't be sliding out of tune, you'll sing along with me. You sing along with me. That's a phenomenal. You sing along with me. It ain't zero, so that didn't do that. Hope is a feather that poaches in the soul. It's a song about the words that never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could have bashed the little bird that kept so many warm. I heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest seas, but never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Emily Dickinson. You still with me? It's for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. These very, very extraordinary is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Don't you know love is more than just that little game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Let's swing it. There I go again. And help is for the way at me. Oh, it's for the only one I say. V is very, very extraordinary. It's even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Don't you know love is more than just that little bit of game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't you break it. Love was made for me and you. for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I'm gonna see. Feels very, very extraordinary. Is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Don't you know love is more than just that little game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't you break it. Love was made for me and you. Talking about love. Little bit of love, where do we how? It's so good, it's so good to be in love. Yeah, I'm in love, love, love. I'm in 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 love. Thank you. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when an alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no. It is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never it, nor no man ever loved. Shakespeare, Sonnet 116. Your lips were like a red and ruby chalice, warmer than the summer night. The sky was like an alabaster palace, rising to a snowy height. Each star its own aurora borealis. Suddenly you held me tight. I can see the midnight sun. I can't explain the silver rain that found me, or was that a moonlit veil? The music of the universe around me, or was that a nightingale? And then your arms miraculously found me. Suddenly the sky turned pale. I can see the midnight sun. Was there such a night? It's a thrill I still don't quite believe. But after you were gone, there was still some starlight on my sleeve. The flame of it may dwindle to an ember, and the stars forget to shine, and we may see the meadow in December, icy white and crystalline. But oh, my darling, always I'll remember when your lips were close to mine, and we saw the midnight sun. Is a thrill I still don't quite believe, but after you were gone, there was still some stardust on my sleeve. The flame of it may dwindle to an ember, and the stars forget to shine, and we may see the meadow in December, icy white and crystalline. But oh, my darling, always I'll remember when your lips were close to mine, and we saw the midnight sun, and we saw that midnight sun, and we saw the midnight sun, and we saw the midnight sun. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the others just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I ever should be coming back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood. And I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. I wrote this for a friend of mine, but I decided to keep it for myself. There's a bluebird sitting in the window on a bright and sunny morning. She wakes up to a song that reminds her how wonderful life can be. There's a dog barking loud in the front yard, wants to play with all of those children. They are running and laughing and just being happy, playing hide and seek. It's a new day, it's a new way to start a new life, but you have to believe it, that you're worth it, your purpose, follow the path, only love will let you see. There's an old man walking past the front yard. Oh, his heart is a-grieving. Angels came from above, took the one that he loved on a soft and gentle breeze. Watch the kids with the dog and the bird sing a song. And he said, what the hell does it all mean? Then he looked in her face and a feeling of grace sparked an ember inside his buried dream. Spinning round your life is a carousel, repeating things that get the same answer. The universe resolves on the love that you share. It's time you discover we're part of each other. Is a carousel, repeating things to get the same answer. The universe revolves on the love that we share. In time you discover we're part of each other. There's a bluebird sitting on a window on a bright and sunny morning. She wakes up to a song that reminds her how wonderful life can be. Now a child's playing in the front yard. Now they know what it all means. Then they looked in the face and the spirit of grace sparked an ember inside their buried dream. It's a new day, it's a new way. Start of the life, but you have to believe it, that you're worth it, your purpose, follow the path, only love will let you see. It's a new day, a new way to start that new life, have to believe it, that you're worth it, and your purpose, follow the path, only love will let you see. Freddie Bryant on that wonderful solo guitar. Well, this nation now, we're in a flux, are we not? Right wing, left wing, I don't care, chicken wing, whether do your thing. Everybody's upset and they don't know why. We live in the greatest country on the planet. Food in our belly, gas in our car. Still we're bitching at each other. We don't even know why. Prejudice, racism. I don't know if it's taught, if it's learned. Well, I'm getting tired of it, aren't you? Enough already. It's 2025. Come on. I was a young kid in my household. They never said the N-word. Never called each other's names. Everybody was welcome at the table. Friends of different color and backgrounds, nationalities. Didn't matter. I think I was 10 years old and my mother took me. She was a classical pianist, by the way. First graduating class from Performing Arts in New York. She took me to a Shakespeare play, Merchant of Venice. It was my first introduction to real racism, the way that Shakespeare expounded upon it with Shylock. Are you familiar with the play? There's a wonderful scene, Act 3, I think it is, where Shylock is going to meet Antonio. Shylock is Jewish. And he's thinking about lending this Christian man some money. The scene is wonderful. As he's sitting there behind his desk, the man who's going to loan him, borrow the money from him, walks in the scene. He says, Senor Antonio, many a time and often the Rialto you have rated me about my monies and my usances. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug, because sufferance is the badge of all of our people. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spat upon my Jewish gabardine, and all for use of that which is mine own. Well then, it now appears you need my help. Go to then you say to me, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You that did void your room upon my beard, and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur across my threshold. Monies is your suit. Well, what shall I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog money? Can a cur lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low, and in a bondsman key with bated breath and whispering humility say this, fair sir, you spit on me last Wednesday. Another time you spurned me, another day. Another time you called me dog. And for these courtesies, I'll lend you thus much money. I forgot what we were playing. By the way, this is Sylvia Cuenca on the drums. It don't take a lot of money. Put a smile on your baby's face. Lord, it don't take a lot of money. Put a smile on your baby's face. But you gotta grind that coffee at a slow and easy pace. When I wake up in that morning, I always try to fill my baby's cup. Hey, wake up in that morning, always try to fill my baby's cup. She got that sweet black coffee And she's good to the last drop. Some folks like a little bit of honey, a little bit of cream in their tea. Hey, they can have that honey, keep that cream in that tea. Give me that sweet black coffee. She's good enough for me. And my love swears that she is made of truth. I do believe her, though I know she lies. That she think me some untutored youth, unlearned in the world's false subtleties. Thus vainly thinking that she thinks me young, although she knows my days are past the best. Simply I credit her false thinking tongue. On both sides is truth suppressed. But wherefore says not she is not just, and wherefore that not I am old. Yeah, Shakespeare, Sonnet 138. Wake up in that morning, I always try to fill my baby's cup. Wake up in that morning, always trying to fill my baby's cup. She got that sweet black coffee. And she's good to the last drop. Yes, she is. Some folks, they like a honey, a little bit of cream in that tea. Hey, they can have that honey, little darling. Keep that cream in that tea. Give me that sweet black coffee. I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna let them play a song for a minute, okay? I'll be right back. I'm Allan Harris. I'm glad that you're here. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough for me. No. It's good enough for me. Hey. Be right back. Dog Teller on the bass. I'll be right back.
Allan Harris. Wow, that's great. We're going to just do one song because we want Allan to come back up here. But it's a song that I've been performing for a long time, and actually it was kind of fitting for this Poetry of Jazz project because it features the poetry of Maya Angelou. And so I'll tell the story that I wrote this about 39 years ago, 1986. And it was for a big piece that had lots of poetry. But I had not recorded, I had not done the poetry live with the music, except for with other people reading it. So at some point in the lower 2000s, between 2000 and 2010 or something like that, I was on tour in Malawi, and amazing place. And I have to give a shout out to all the saints in the USAID and the Peace Corps that were just amazing. That, you know, I'd be playing someplace and they'd say, "It's so great, you want to come out? Let's go dance tonight." And I said, "Wow, that's great." Yeah. And I said, "Well, we came 75 miles through the bush to see you because I heard you were coming, and you know, we've been in this village for the last year, you know, helping them incorporate fish into their rice beds so they could get, you know, balanced meals of protein along with growing rice." And I was just amazed at these dedicated people. That's a side story, but a very important story. And the other thing that happened was I was playing in an American center, and they were teaching English, and I announced this piece, and I told them about the poem. And then after that workshop, it was a workshop, there was a 17-year-old boy that went, he was in a bookstore. It wasn't a bookstore, it was in a library, American Center, and he came with the full, complete works of Maya Angelou and said, "Is this the poem you're talking about?" And I said, "Yes." And so that night, I did this piece, first time playing it with the music and saying the words at the same time. So hope you enjoy it. It's called Alone, and it's dedicated to all of you. Lying, thinking last night how to find my soul a home where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong. That nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody can make it out here alone. There are some millionaires with money they can't use. Their wives run around like banshees, and their children sing the blues. They've got expensive doctors to cure their hearts of stone. But nobody, nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody can make it out here alone. Now, if you listen closely, I'll tell you what I know. Storm clouds are gathering, and the wind is gonna blow. The race of man is suffering, and I hear them moan. 'Cause nobody, but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody can make it out here alone. Allan Harris. Very fun. Thank you. Very clever.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
1814, George Gordon, alias Lord Byron, strode into the Lady Sitwell's parlor for a soiree. As he discarded his coat and hat, he glanced across the parlor, and there, leaning against the mantel, was this tall, statuesque woman, dressed in black, long raven hair. He was immediately smitten. Upon retiring that evening, he reached over into his vanity and grabbed pen to paper and proceeded to write what would become one of the most demonstrative poems in the English canon. She walks in beauty through the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, have half impaired the nameless grace which every raven tress of softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days and goodness spent, a mind at ease with all below, a heart whose love is innocence. The very thought of you and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king, but foolish though it may seem to me, that's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing in you. You'll never know how slow those moments will go till I meet you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes and stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very, very thought of you, my love. Oh yes. I recorded this on a live recording at Kennedy Center, tribute to Nat King Cole. I guess it's on Spotify. All you social media mavens. how slow those moments will go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes and stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. Oh, yes. Are you still with me? Well, Bernie Sanders and AOC is traveling around the country now. They're trying to rally the troops. I don't know why we didn't do that during the damn election, but that's where it is. Democrats, we need to get a little more grit. I say this all to my friends, and I have liberal ones, and I have some right wing. And they're upset because the man that they voted for is turning against them. Oh, well, I told them. So now it's up to us, is it not? Who's a Democrat here or independent? Raise your hand. Who's liberal thinking? Who's a Republican? It's okay, you can be Republican. Why not? So hopefully we will get a little more grit, a little more sassiness in our involvement instead of twerking and whatever it is. Let's get busy. So this is a piece by Shakespeare from Henry V that is apropos what's going on right now. Oh yeah, one more time. Yes, thank you, my friend. Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the door off with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the actions of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favored rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let it pry through the portage at the head like the brass cannon. Let it o'erwhelm the brow as fearfully as doth the scarlet ruck. Or hang in Juddy as confounded base, swilled with the wild and weightless ocean. Now set the teeth and stretch the nostrils wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fed from fathers of war proof. Fathers that, like so many Alexanders have, from morn to even fought, then sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonor not your mother. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, show us here the metal of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble luster in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slip, straining against the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge cry, God for Harry, England, and St. George. Henry V. sunny. Yesterday my life was filled with the rain. Sunny, you smiled at me and really eased the pain. The dark days are gone, the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere, sunny one so true. I love you, sunny. Thank you for that sweet sunshine bouquet, sunny. Thank you for the love you brought my way. You gave to me your all in all. Now I feel like I'm 10 feet tall. Sunny one so true. I love you. Thank you for the smile upon your face. Sunny, thank you for the gleam that fell from the rays. My life is torn like a wind-blown sand. A rock was formed when you held my hand. Sunny one so true. I love you. Sunny, I love you. Sunny, I love you. I love you, you know. Sunny, I love you, you I love you. I love you. Still with me? When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possess, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy, content at least. Yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, happily I think on thee, and then my state like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered, such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. I love you. Sunny, I love you. Sunny, I love you. Sunny, I love you. Sunny, I love you. Sweet, Sonnet 29, Shakespeare. She was born 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Abject poverty. At the age of 8, her mother's boyfriend, a Mr. Freeman, molested and raped her. He served 1 day in jail. After being released for 4 days, he was brutally murdered. It is told by a relative of hers. For 6 years, she did not speak a word. She was a mute by her own choice. Her mother relocated her and her brother to Stamps, Arkansas with her grandmother. There, she had the good fortune to meet a Mrs. Bertha Flowers, English school teacher, who said to her, in order for you to understand poetry, you must read it out loud. And so she did, which embarked upon one of the most enchanting, lucrative, rewarding careers of the last century. 50 doctorates, 50. Numerous plays, movies, 3 Grammys, spoken word, Tony, Pulitzer, novels. I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing. Her name was Maya Angelou. She died 2014 on May 28th. She was born April 4th. Ironically enough, that's the day of my birthday. We share it, April 4th. She walked with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. What a strong, vibrant human being she was. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like sun and night moons, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops with my mournful, soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it very hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Out of a past of terror and fear, into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. Everybody. Thank you. As Davis walked off the stage, that's what your folks all are saying. Yes, he did leave the stage after his solo was over. Trainee walked off the stage, that's what your folks all are saying. Yes, he did leave the stage, clean out of sight now, but they had to rehearse. Although we know they are masters, they got a real mellow sound. Although you have to admit it, I guess they both left the stage. That's what your folks all are saying. And if you can't figure out their groove, well, I have here too. Well, my friends, how about Miles Davis? Always wonder why people always try to find the fault of the Spanish song. And when they go to wherever he is playing, you gonna see whether he is gonna tell him his ass. It's like Bob, I see Bob in the back, so they didn't let him. I love the dude out. He never walks around the place. We saw all of the folks he don't know when either. And neither would you, friends. But I know he is friendly. I do. The rest of us, we do. Oh yes, we dig his beautiful soul and love him with his blue horn. Here's another thing now about the clothes he wears. I'm sure his style is in the future. He's so cool. The fit of his clothes not perfect. Just like the way he plays, he's not afraid of being different. And he has one most pose in his body jazz. Here, Gillespie, our kings. Was in a group breaking records, yeah, before the show was swine. Walked off the stage, what your folks all are saying. Yes, he did leave the stage after his solo was over. Trainee walked off the stage, what your folks all are saying. Yes, he did leave the stage, clean out of sight now. Felt they had to rehearse, although we know they are masters. They get a real mellow sound, though you have to admit it. I guess they both left the stage, that's what your folks all are saying. And if you can't figure out their groove, well, I have hipped you. So what? Miles Davis. In 1984, she wrote a book called Dreams of Poetry, wonderful treatise. She was mentored by Edna Millay, Vincent Edna Millay, Pulitzer Prize winner. She died in 2016. Her poetry speaks of the heart of a man and woman who join with nature. She always said, if you feel bad, just walk in the woods. Look at nature, listen to a bird sing. Her name is Mary Oliver. There's so many wonderful poems I can glean from, but this one is my favorite. Do you mind me reciting it for you? You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscape, over the prairies, the dense forests, the mountains, and across the seas. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself up to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Well, I'm with you, don't worry. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, in other words, I love you. Oh, Trump, 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 Trump. What? Trump, Trump, Trump. Yeah. Huh? Okay, you want to do one of my songs? Okay. Do this. Well, well, well. Here we are. Oh, well, they just cut out a lot of funding for education. They sent some innocents to Guantanamo Bay in El Salvador. They've had a private company, 3 of them, building massive detention centers, places that you and I will never venture to. Montana, Wyoming, along the Brazos in Texas, desert areas. Why, I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a wonderful soliloquy from Shakespeare, from Richard III, which mirrors what is happening right now in our society. Are you upset? Okay. All right. Now is the winter of our discontent. Made glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that loud upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried, and all our brows that bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms are hung up from monuments. Our stern alarms change to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasings of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of features by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on my own deformity, and therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mailed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs, the murderer shall be. Dive thoughts down to our soul. Okay, I'm back. That took me there. I just think about his cabinet, and I'm past the point of being upset anymore. I'm bordering upon fearfulness, and I'm a grown man. I am. I had a dog training school for 15 years. My wife is there. She used to help me out. We used to work Belgian Malinois, Rottweilers, Bouvier de Flanders, Dutch Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers, and we did them for police and for personal protection. So my fear level was at a different height. But now that I see what's going on in our society and who's in charge, my level of fear now is just scathing. I don't know what to do. I don't know where we're gonna go. So I'm going to do a song that I wrote called The Shimmering Deep Blue Sea. But I'm glad you're here. There's a small cafe upon the hill and looks upon the shimmering deep blue sea. Well, I wander there most every night with memories of you there with me. I was wrong, I know, for me to doubt the love we shared most every night when we went out to that small cafe upon the hill above that shimmering deep blue sea. I let my love wander elsewhere. A lack of love I now regret. You laid your cards out on the table, but I kept mine close to my vest. Now my days go by and I'm left here to wonder why a fool like me just sits here alone and cries in that small cafe upon the hill above that shimmering deep blue sea. My love elsewhere, a lack of love I now regret. You laid your cards out on the table, but I kept mine close to my chest. Now my days go by and I'm left here to wonder why a fool like me just sits here alone and cries in that small cafe upon the hill above that shimmering deep blue sea. In that small cafe upon the hill above that shimmering deep blue sea. Oh, thank you. That's on my Blue Llama Live record. If you get a chance, pick it up. Before I continue, just put your hands together for these wonderful artists here, please. You have it? I'm sorry. I hope you do. You still with me?
Yeah.
I know you are. I know you are. I'm talking about them. Are you still with me? If we shadows have offended, think of this and all is mended. That you have but lingered here while these distance did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more dreaming but a dream. Gentles do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And if we have an errant luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends headlong. Else the pucker liar called. So unto each other good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends. And Robin shall restore amends. For Midsummer's Night Dream, Puck. I want to say thank you for coming. I really mean it. Really been a nice evening for me. Thank you very much, Tom and Eric. Thank you for having me at this wonderful place. This is something from Bill Evans and George Lees, right? Is that who wrote this? Eugene Lees, yeah, wrote this song for his niece. I haven't done it in a while, so. In her own sweet world, populated by dolls and clowns and the prince and a silly old bear, lives my favorite girl, unaware of the worried frowns that we weary grown-ups all wear. In the sun, she dances to silent music, songs that are spun from gold, somewhere in her own little head. One day, all too soon, she'll grow up and she'll leave those dolls and that prince and that silly old bear. When she goes, they will cry as they whisper goodbye. I will miss her, I fear, but then so will I. She dances to silent music, songs that are spun from gold, somewhere in her own little head. One day, all too soon, she'll grow up and she'll leave her dolls and her prince and that silly old bear. When she goes, they will cry as she whispers goodbye. They will miss her, I fear. They will miss her, I fear. They will miss her, I fear. But then so will I. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a hand. Freddie Bryant, Doug Miller, and the lovely, lovely Sylvia Cuenca. I'm Allan Harris. Thank you ever so much for listening. We're gonna do one more song for you. Yeah. That last one you heard is off my record, Convergence. Convergence is a tribute to Tony Bennett and Bill Evans. We're doing 10 songs based upon the duets that they did. Very good recording. It's kind of mellow, but it's called Convergence. If you get a chance, pick it up. And that's about it. We'll do one more for you, okay? Yeah, you and me do the rubato on the verse. We'll kick them in, okay? here you go. You want this? Sure. Here you go. Oh God, it's been a while since I might have to cheat. You don't mind cheating, do you? It's been a while since I've done this song.
You're on the right side.
Cheat away, I have a right to cheat.
He hardly has any words in his brain.
Really, they're all in my kneecap. Oh, what is the song? What is the? We'll do one more soliloquy for you. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Okay. I can remember the taste of fears. Where am I? Wait a minute. Oh. Bear with me, okay? Please. Oh, go ahead. Start it and I'll join in. Go ahead, Dominic. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I'll catch up with you.
You gonna do this?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired of myself. One day we walked along the sand, one day in early spring. You held a piper in your hand to mend its broken wings. Now I'll remember many a day and many a lonely mile. The echo of a piper's song, the shadow of your smile. I'll get there. Shadow of your smile when you are gone. All my dreams, they are gone. Look into my eyes, my love, and see all the lovely things you are to me. Wishful little star is far too gone. A teardrop in your eyes, they will go on. Now I forgot the words, I'm gonna let them play a little bit on. I lost my place, but so what, I'll be gone. Take a solo and take me home. Thank you. Well, good night, and thank you. Freddie, thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear. And thank you ever so much. I'll see you again.
Allan Harris. Freddie Bryant. Doug Miller. Sylvia Cuenca. We owe Sylvia a big thanks for getting Allan here. That was her plot and plan. Thank you so much. You're welcome. We're so fortunate to have such wonderful musicians here tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming out for us.